What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about Nikola Vucevic and how much we do miss him on this Chicago Bulls team. Overall, with Nikola Vucevic, we haven't seen him play for a couple of games now, I think 4 games in total. And just from no small game size that we saw without Nikola Vucevic, I want to see just how much we miss him and what parts of Nikola Vucevic's game do we miss overall. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about how much we miss Nikola Vucevic and what aspects of his game do we miss when it comes to that court playing at the NBA level. So obviously, if you haven't been caught up with the Chicago Bulls recently, just to give a quick recap, Nikola Vucevic entered health and safety protocols just before our Western Conference trip. He has not traveled with the Chicago Bulls as he is in health and safety protocols. He's been in health and safety protocols for about a little bit over a week now. He's got a couple more days in health and safety protocol, and because of that, he has not played in this Western Conference trip. So we haven't seen Nikola Vucevic play against the Warriors, against the Clippers, against the Lakers, and against the Portland Trail Blazers now. So there are 4 games there where we've gone 2-2, and I want to discuss if we miss Nikola Vucevic in these games and just the core components that we miss. So obviously, I think the basic answer for any question as do you miss a player, the answer is always going to be yes. I mean, there are many players on this team, especially with the team that we have now and how we expect to get better every season, how we expect to get better over the course of the games. In this season, you want every player to be healthy. We miss Kobe White, we miss Patrick Williams right now, and we're going to miss Nikola Vucevic. The basic answer to that question is yes. But this is the easy part of the question. Obviously, we all miss Nikola Vucevic. We all wish he was here. We all wish we could have continued to see this team play at its healthiest and just play at a high level with respected players on the team, all-stars on the team, ready to perform every single night. Now, when it comes to Nikola Vucevic, we all know he did not have a terrific start to the season. And in fact, there wasn't too long ago we were talking about him having his worst performance as a Chicago Bull. And it's a bit frustrating to see Nikola Vucevic just as soon as he gets into the rhythm of the game and he's starting to gel well with the teammates, he's adapting a little bit and he's just making shots overall, for him to go down the way that he did in health and safety protocols. But he is going to come back soon. It looks like it could be the Knicks or the Pacers game, and we just have to wait and see how it goes when it comes to Nikola Vucevic. But we do miss a lot with him. And this video will also be talking in relation to his replacement in the starting lineup in Tony Bradley, kind of comparing the two and just how well each one of them do at their jobs that they are told to do in relation to the Chicago Bulls. So with Tony Bradley starting in this Western Conference trip, you see an energy player. You see someone that's slightly better on defense, in my opinion. You see someone that has had a little bit of unfortunate and disappointing games just because of him not being ready to score offensively, or maybe him not providing the defense we expect. But overall, that's what Tony Bradley is supposed to do in this starting lineup. He's supposed to provide energy, give an extra body in that starting lineup to score in the paint, set good picks, and play defense. That's what Tony Bradley's designed to do, and that in general, when he does well, we have done well. When he played well against the LA Lakers, and I really did think he played well against the LA Lakers, we had no centers of theirs really taking it to the Chicago Bulls. Anthony Davis had a slow night. He played center. Obviously, Dwight Howard didn't really play much. DeAndre Jordan didn't play much at all. Tony Bradley did a good job in that game, and so did Derrick Jones Jr. off of the bench. So those two have worked very, very well in certain games. Same with the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, I actually think the Clippers centers played well, but so did Tony Bradley. But we have seen when he doesn't play well, this team will end up becoming a little bit worse. For example, this Portland game, he had a lot of opportunities where he turned the ball over. He had a lot of opportunities where he wasn't ready to catch the ball. He had really poor pick and roll defense, and when he played poorly, this team played pretty poorly, especially in the second half. Even though technically he played better in the second half, the team in general played worse when he played worse. So he does bring that energy, and he does bring something that Nikola Vucevic doesn't have. But we really do miss Nikola Vucevic offensively, and here are the reasons why. Even though Nikola Vucevic wasn't making his shots as much at the beginning of this season as much as we saw last season, he is still a very respected center offensively around the league. He's one of the best offensive centers in the league, and I will argue that with anybody. No matter how poorly his start to the season was, we can all agree that he is respected amongst the NBA. He is a focus around NBA teams. NBA teams are designed specifically to try and stop Nikola Vucevic. So he brings someone that can spread the floor, probably does spread the floor a little bit too much, but he can spread the floor, and with his ability to do that, it allows other players on this team to step up offensively. It will make Zach LaVine's job easier when Nikola Vucevic is on the floor. It makes DeMar DeRozan's job easier when Nikola Vucevic is on the floor, because they respect his game enough, Nikola Vucevic's game, that they're not going to leave him open for three as much. They're not going to leave him open in the paint. They won't be able to double team Vucevic in terms of the post, and if they do, there are open players there ready to shoot. We miss Nikola Vucevic offensively. We miss him dramatically offensively, and I think if we had him in this stretch, maybe we win the Portland game, but overall, we wouldn't be talking about how much we miss him, because he'd be here right now and we'd be talking and hopefully praising his name for the improvements that he's made. So offensively, we do miss him. Defensively, we do kind of miss Nikola Vucevic as well, defensively as well. And I'm talking more specifically about the rebounding side of the ball. Now, Nikola Vucevic, in terms of rim protection, is definitely a center we could probably find somewhere else in terms of rim protection. Nikola Vucevic is not a rim protecting center. I don't think he's ever has been a rim protecting center. He probably won't ever be a rim protecting center. But he is definitely someone that is a monster on the glass. He prides himself. He said it himself. He prides himself on the rebounding side of the ball. And he has definitely shown he's a better rebounder than what we currently have on this team. And we're losing rebounding battles. And we're losing kind of the size battle as well without Nikola Vucevic in the team. Nikola Vucevic is a double-double machine. He's someone that can drop 15 to 18 points per game while getting 10 to 15 rebounds at times. That's the type of center he is. We lose 10 rebounds per game. We are starting to lose rebounding battles now. When we had Nikola Vucevic on the team, we out-rebounded most of our opponents. We out-rebounded the Sixers twice. We out-rebounded Boston. We out-rebounded Dallas. We out-rebounded the Brooklyn Nets. We out-rebounded a lot of teams in terms of this NBA season with Nikola Vucevic getting 10 or more rebounds per game. We don't have that right now with Tony Bradley, and we start to lose a lot more of the rebounding battles. We lost the rebounding battle to the Lakers. I'm fairly certain we lost the rebounding battle to the Clippers as well. So these are the type of situations that we do look at and say, yeah, we probably do miss Nikola Vucevic. And although we are playing well, although we have gone into this Western Conference trip, have a 2-2 record, I think most people would have taken that by now with one more game to come against Denver. Most people will be pretty satisfied with the Western Conference trip overall, but I guess that question now goes, what if Nikola Vucevic actually played in this Western Conference trip? Do we do as badly as we have done this? Do we do as badly against the Warriors? Do we do as badly in the second half against Portland? These are questions that will never ever be answered, but it is pretty interesting to ask. So I will ask that in the comments below. Do you think we do better with Nikola Vucevic in the starting lineup against Portland and the Warriors? And if so, or if not, why not? Because I think there's answers for both. Because I think defensively, we probably do slightly worse. Although Nikola Vucevic is a good deflections type player, he has active hands. He's one of the better deflection players on the Chicago Bulls. He's not a rim protector, and again, the pick and rolls will get exploited a lot more with Vucevic in the team. But offensively, he's just a different animal altogether. No one, in my opinion, I wouldn't say no one, there are very few people that can stop Nikola Vucevic offensively. Very, very few. When he's on form as well. When he's in the post, when he's making his threes and he's making his mid-ranges, his pick and pop game, when everything's flowing and he's shooting at a high percentage, there's not many centers that can stop Vucevic offensively. So the answer to the question, we do miss Nikola Vucevic, and we mainly miss him offensively, and we do miss his rebounds. Those are the core components, in my opinion, of Nikola Vucevic that we miss, because his ability to rebound and his ability to spread the floor offensively makes the job easier for Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, and you won't see those double teams. You won't see those triple teams on those players, especially if you have a post presence that is there and will actually want to go on the post. So I'm really excited to see how we can play with Nikola Vucevic in the team now. And also, with the continuation of the progression of Kobe White, we have really much a pretty healthy squad outside of Patrick Williams once we get Nikola Vucevic to return. And then it's going to be interesting to see how we adapt, how we play. It's been 4 games since we've seen Nikola Vucevic. Are we going to play any differently when he returns? These are the questions that I have, and hopefully they'll be answered in a matter of no time. But yes, we miss Nikola Vucevic, and those are the reasons in this video why. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We only have a couple days until that Denver Nuggets game, ladies and gentlemen, the last Western Conference game for the Chicago Bulls on this road trip, and then we return home. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Chicago Bulls can do on this trip. I'm really keen to see if we end up going positive or negative, because that's pretty much come down to the last game in this West Coast trip. And then obviously we go back and we compete with some of the Western Conference and see how well we do pretty much on our turf. So have a wonderful and safe day. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Take care and peace.